Hi, thanks for joining me on Good Ship Happens. I'm Cindy Bertram, and yes, we've got a lot of always some fun things coming up in the cruise industry. One thing was just announced, which I really, really love. Okay, I say it to them, but share it right now. Okay, Royal Caribbean, of course, has two chief dog officers in their other two ships. They've got Sailor and they got Rover, and they're golden retrievers. Also, Royal Caribbean is kind of hinting around that their new ship coming out later on this year, Legend of Seas, might have another chief dog officer. Okay, so they're asking for submissions as far as the name. Okay, and they just announced it. Okay, just announced it, and what's great too is the new chief officer for Legend of the Seas is going to be, her name is actually Skipper. Yes, Skipper. And Michael Bailey, the president of Royal Caribbean, actually shared a picture of the three chief dog officers together. Of course, Skipper's just a baby puppy, but how cute. So, if you love dogs, and who does love dogs, right? But anyway, right now we have the chief dog officer on Icon of Seas. That's Rover. And we have a chief dog officer on Icons of Star Seas, came out this last year. And her name is Sailor. Now we have Skipper. Okay? But how fun, because once again, so they just announced it, and like I said, Skipper's going to be the chief dog officer on their new Legend of Seas, okay? And as far as where she's sailing, kind of fun too. They mentioned some things too, so I'll share that more too, but they have this new artist discovery program too on the new ship and Legend of Seas. And what they did was, it's their artist discovery program is a testament of Royal Caribbean, how they really create a culturally immersive experience for their guests. Okay, and they've got they share some works, 5 different examples too, and also of that too, but also like I said, they're some of the work actually was actually on other ships too, but it's really good too, because like I said, I just like the fact that the Discovery program, of course, is going to be added, of course, on the new ship coming out with their new chief dog officer, Skipper. Okay, and she's so cute. I'll find a picture later on if I can, but she's so cute. New chief dog officer for the new ship coming out with Royal Caribbean this year, Legend of the Seas. And yes, I think Skipper will be another legend too, so that's great too, but how fun, you know. So once again, with chief dog officers, it's really a way to kind of immerse the dogs with the guests on board, but also their crew members too. Because once again, who doesn't like dogs? Okay, but how fun that they just announced her name after kind of deciding a little bit too. But how fun too, because once again, it's going to be, her name's going to be called Skipper. They've already adopted her. She's a baby puppy right now. And I'll share more about that too, but it's really great too. They're doing that too right now too, so that's really fun too. So I'll share more later on too. So yeah, as far as mentioned, as far as when Legend of Seas is coming out this year now, it's going to be actually okay. She's going to be coming out in July this year. Okay, and she's entirely new, building upon the Icon of Seas and also Star Seas, sister ships too. And they got a new onboard offering, which will be Icon Class's first ballway dinner show experience. It's going to be featuring a really fun thing, a simulated train journey themed to Silk Rounds. And the Supper Club's going to be returning too, and should be themed to have a new Golden Age of Hollywood. Also, what's great too is they've got Charlie and the Chocolate Factory as the ship's main off-Broadway production show too, but also it's great too, because once again, with Legend of Seas coming out this July, and she will also have a new chief dog officer on board, Skipper. Okay, how fun. As also, it's really fun too, is we've got new ships coming out too, mentioned too, but also we've got a special anniversary in the U.S. This year too. What is it? The United States is actually celebrating its 250 years, okay? What's really fun too is American Cruise Lines is actually they just announced this big 250 Years of America campaign. And what they're doing is they're really they're going to pass the American Glory, which one of their ships is going to actually pass the Statue of Liberty, of course, celebrating 250 Years America campaign. And it's a way to really commemorate recognition of 250 years as far as our U.S. government, too. And what they did was they branded this logo and badge, okay? It's going to be displayed above every of their ships, okay? And as fleet sails over 500,000 miles, visits over 160 U.S. ports from sea to shining sea, yes. And on embarkation days, the ship will also display huge flags wrapped around the side as a patriotic welcome too, okay? Also, the crew members, their uniforms will be adorned to really celebratory badges. Also, the 250 campaign logos, which is great. And what else here too? It's really fun too. They have shoreside events too, and exhibits, of course. And as always too is passengers get a free included excursion at every port. And additional special opportunities will be abounding too. And many of the regularly visited cities are hosting special major events such as the Sail 250's Maritime Celebration in New York City, Boston, also Baltimore and Norfolk. And there'll be opportunities to really take these cruises on with American Cruise Line small ships too, which is great too. And also they've got historical sites and museums are running special exhibits ranging from major 250 programming at the Smithsonian Museums in Washington, D.C. to the boutique exhibitions in smaller museums such as the Wrangell Museum in Alaska. Also, on 4th of July, passengers will be able to see firework displays and participate in events everywhere in the ships, the company's small ships, where they're sailing too. And they've got, during their 52-day Great United States Cruise, passengers will take in the massive fireworks display over Boston Harbor. Also, the site of the Boston Tea Party, which really ignited the American Revolution, leading to the Declaration of Independence in 1776. So that's really kind of fun too. They're doing special celebrations for U.S. America's 250th anniversary too. So keep in mind too, that's actually, like I said, American Cruise Lines. So once again, also going to be having different things on board their ships too. They're going to be featuring, of course, they're actually developing their own signature cocktail menu, featuring drinks like the Spirit of 1776, okay? Also, the campaign really includes American Cruise Lines produced patriotic videos and special ceremonies honoring veterans too. So that's really great too. So keep in mind too, because we're doing great celebration in the United States as far as our 250 years. And American Cruise Lines has really announced more of their programs coming out this year too. So it's really fun too. So keep in mind too, as mentioned, their events and their ships be sailing on the rivers and waterways in 35 different states, from Alaska also to Florida. So keep in mind, American Cruise Lines, they're a family-owned, great company, and the sister company, actually, they build their own ships too, which is great too. So keep in mind too, good way to celebrate our great anniversary in the United States of America too. So keep in mind, okay. Also, some other news too is I know that in the Bahamas we've got different private islands that cruise lines have, of course, too. And I know that Bahamas is actually planning to develop a new cruise port too. This came up earlier in January. The Bahamian government actually announced a deal to develop a port on a quiet island in the southern part of the country. And that island, I don't know if I can pronounce it correctly or not, it's Mayaguana, had fewer than 300 inhabitants during their 210 census. And it's got pristine beaches, but there's little tourism infrastructure too. So what they're doing is tourists arrive by boat and are just asked for availability. Sometimes locals are willing to house them in one of their spare bedrooms. But once again, the thousands of daily guests via cruise would be a really dramatic shift for by Iguana, it's really not a surprise because once again, the Bahamian government is really interested in really finding a way to really cater to cruisers too. And in this important relationship with the cruise industry, NASA already welcomes more than 6 million passengers each last year, and many cruise companies manage their own private islands or also properties in the country too. And as far as this Mayaguana is actually positioned further south than existing cruise activities in the Bahamas. It's still close to Miami than most other Caribbean nations too, and for the cruise industry, it's really a way for the destination excuse me, to really have an opportunity to really offer sailings without lengthening itinerary. Excuse me so much. I've been battling cold, so sorry. But also with it's really shared a little about their plans for this Mayaguana, including a project timeline. But most cruise lines and cruise ships and sizes will be able to accommodate in what vacation will actually develop too. And the Florida Caribbean Cruise Association has told them that they don't have any information yet, but they're working on it too. So that's really kind of fun too. And what they mentioned too is they know the port will actually support both cruise and port and cargo ships too. And the construction of the cruise ship terminal is the second plan phase of this project too. So we'll keep it in mind, keep you posted too. But it's kind of funny that they're looking at maybe developing a new cruise port in Mayaguana. Okay, so keep it in mind too. And also we've got ships go crazy. As far as luxury ships, of course, too, what's new in this year. And like I said, luxury cruise lines are really growing like crazy too. And we've got 2 new luxury cruise lines starting this year. Okay, we've got Four Seasons yachts and also Orient Express sailing yachts. They're going to be entering the market. And 2 more will roll out later on with new ship classes too. Also, there's plenty of ships coming out for contemporary lines too, with Norwegian Cruise Line, of course, MSC Cruises, Royal Caribbean. International will introduce new mega ships this year too. And then this is a year of sister ships coming out too. As far as Four Seasons, yeah, it's a bit more about that too. It's the first of 2 new cruise lines to debut with their first 3,400,000 gross registered tons. Four Seasons 1. Scheduled to debut this March, just like another month away. And she actually completed her trials in December. And she could be spending the summer in the Mediterranean too. And a bit more about the Four Seasons 1. Their first yacht ship, the largest suite on board is going to be 9,975 square feet. Yes, that's huge. Also, they've got with Orient Express, they're going to follow in June, launch with their ship, the Orient Express Corinthian, and it's going to be 110 passengers, okay, and the accommodations on the Corinthian will range from 485 square feet to, I think, 2,700 some square feet too. Orient Express is already building their second yacht, the Orient Express Olympian. That's coming out in 2027, and both ships will have 3 masts and also operate under sail whenever weather allows too. And the Orient Express, as well as the Four Seasons yachts at sea, debut. They represent not only a small part of luxury cruise space, but also luxury hospitality brands expanding into the cruise industry, because we think of Orient Express hotels, Four Seasons hotels, but they're expanding into the cruise industry too. And as far as past history, Ritz-Carlton, which is a hotel company, actually they launched they were the first ones to actually debut into the cruise industry with their Ritz-Carlton yacht collection. And they're going to be another one that comes in too, as far as smaller ships. They're going to luxury moving from hotel into the cruise ship industry too. Is going to be the Aman, which is be entering into the cruise industry in 2027. Also, as far as Regent Seven Seas cruises, we've got the new ship coming out for them too. It's going to be their Seven Seas Prestige. That's the largest vessel to join Region Seven Seas cruise fleet. It will accommodate 822 guests. It's going to be opening their line's first new ship class in a decade. Also, the oversize is about 40% larger than their next Regent class, Regent Ship 2. Also, they've got bigger accommodations too. And Emerald Cruises and Tours is launching new ship 2. They've got their Emerald, I think it's pronounced Kaya. It's going to be the first three, Kaya's the first three 128 passenger yachts going to be joining the fleet in the next 3 years too. Also, what's really fun too is Explorer Journeys, that's luxury cruise line, bringing the ocean life to sea, which is great too. But what they're doing is Explorer Journeys' new ship, their third ship, Explorer 3, is going to debut this July. And then there are two new Viking ocean ships, the Viking Mira, and also they've got their hydrogen-powered Viking Libra. So we've got Explorer Journeys Explorer 3 ship coming out this July. Plus, with Viking Cruises, they have their Viking Mira and their hydrogen-powered Viking Libra coming out later this year too. Also, we've got with Norwegian Cruise Line, they're launching their fourth ship in their premium class. It's going to come to seas in March this year, and it's going to be the Norwegian Luma. So Norwegian Luma is coming out this March, and she's a sister ship to the Norwegian Aqua, which debuted in 2025. And this new ship is about 10% larger than the first Prima class ships. The first Prima class ship they was Norwegian Prima, and then the second one was Norwegian Viva. And with the new one coming out this year in March, the going to be home port in Miami. The Aqua sails from New York for the summertime too. So Norwegian Luma is coming out, okay, and coming out this March. Also, we've got following Mark Rubin's third Icon class ship, Legend Seas, which has another chief dog officer, okay, in July. Icon class ships are the largest cruise ships in the world too, but Legend will be the first to really operate a Mediterranean season. And of course, coming up, rounding up more as far as new ships coming out too. We've got MSC World Asia. It's their cruise line's third world-class ship coming out this December, and she'll be sailing, experiencing, spending the winter in the Mediterranean too. And we've got other ships coming out too. I know that Disney actually is heading to Singapore with the Disney Adventure, okay, and it had been launched to start in 2025, but it got postponed in March due to shipboard delays too. But anyway, also, as far as the Disney Adventure, it's going to be their largest ship, accounting more than 6,000 guests. Okay, so that's Disney Adventure coming out this year. Got delayed a bit. That's good too. So just want to share that with you too, because new ships are always exciting and different things coming out too. And of course, having another chief dog officer is really, really kind of fun, isn't it? I mean, you can talk to a dog, pet the dog, whatever too, but it's great because dogs really, really kind of exude beautiful memories for people too. And that's really kind of fun. And finally announced her name, so that's good too. I mentioned a little bit more about Aman at Seas. What's interesting about them too is it's more of a yacht type class ship, and it's actually part of the Amagati, which is the parent company, the cruise line itself. But Aman at Seas is their first ship, and she's going to be joining the industry in 2027 in the Mediterranean. And what's great too is she's going to actually have, this is kind of fun too, she's going to have 2 helipads on the ship. Yeah. And it's going to be, they have 2 helipads on the ship, so, helicopters can actually launch there too, can actually land there too. So, but like I said, they're just coming out more about the new cruise line. It's Amagati, but also the new ship is called Aman at Sea. And the name of the ship is Amagati. She's going to enter service in spring of 2027 and offer different itineraries in the Mediterranean. She's currently under construction, of course, in the Mariotti Shipyard in Italy, and she will accommodate 94 guests in a series of 5 to 8 night cruises to Spain, Dalmatian coast, also French Riviera too, and of course the Amount at Sea's base price will include some additional perks such as Starlink Wi-Fi and non-alcohol beverages. However, she's not going to include complimentary shore excursions. I don't think they didn't mention that too. Okay, but like I said, it's a new cruise line coming out, and so it's going to be available for private charters in the Mediterranean. And as mentioned, the spaces on board are really tailored to connect, include private areas for intimate gatherings and also moments of reflection too. So yeah. Also, it's going to be offering unpacking and packing assistance, as well as daily laundry and a pressing service too. Also, additional to personalized in-cabin beverage and twice-a-day housekeeping services too. So, as mentioned, that's a new cruise line starting, of course, in 2027 with their ship, Amount at Seas. Okay, and should be sailing the Mediterranean. So keep in mind, another cruise line coming out. Something else too, as far as different cruise lines too, we've got Osmar Cruises, and what they do is, when they first started years and years ago, they started staying later in different cruise ports. So what they did was they called them their Oz Amazing Evenings. They stayed later in different cruise ports, which is great too. So what they're doing now too is they've just expanded, having more pre and post cruise packages too. And they offering 17 new itineraries over the next 3 years, including 6 this year. And now what they're doing is they're going to be offering this year, they just announced they're offering 84 Osmar Shore packages, including Osmar Journeys, also packages of 3 to 6 nights that feature exploration on a bucket list destinations through local cuisine, cultural connection, also immersive experiences too. And one example, this is kind of fun too, is a safari experience in South Africa, Zimbabwe, and Botswana, with visits to Victoria Falls and the Chobe National Park. Another bring guests to the Peruvian Andes and Machu Picchu, also, which includes a journey to the Belmon's Hiram Begum train. And they're doing too is, right now with Osmar Cruises, they're doing a major fleet makeover too. That's great too. Yeah, but like I said, it's kind of fun that adding more pre and post cruise packages too, which include city stays, which are 2-night experiences available at every turn port, which is great too. Also, they're offering, which is good too, they're offering newly offered door-to-door baggage shipping through their Ship and Play. And like I said, the service begins with the guest's home and ends with their luggage actually being delivered to their stateroom or hotel, which is great too. That's wonderful. Because sometimes, when you sail, before you depart, arrive the day before. Okay, easier, because sometimes flights get delayed, canceled, and it's very stressful too. One time, in my case, a long time ago, I was taking a cruise, and the airline routed my luggage to the wrong port, the wrong airport, so I had to actually wait for them to ship it down. But the point is, I had to go run out and get some clothes too. I boarded the ship as bag lady, literally, yes, bags, okay? And then the airline actually was able to get my luggage delivered to the first port of call 2 days later. But the point is too is, this is really none that nice that Osmar is actually offering a door-to-door baggage shipping. It's being done through Ship and Play. And so the service actually is at the guest's house, and then their luggage, their baggage actually gets delivered to their stateroom or hotel, which is great too. So keep in mind. Once again, sometimes flying gets a little kind of crazy sometimes too. Having lived the experience about when your luggage doesn't make a ship, I know. But anyway, also always good to please fly down the day before. That's important too. Fly on the day before, relax, then get on the ship. Okay. But it's kind of fun that Osmar Cruises is doing that too. It's great too. So yes. As far as popularity with cruise lines too, remember that Yeah, more ships coming out, different ships coming out like crazy, which is great too. But also, they're doing a little research on that too. But really kind of fun too because they call it wave season right now. Okay, when people are booking cruises like crazy, it's called wave season right now too. But they mentioned, as far as results, with early wave results show luxury and Europe cruises are really riding high too. And I was talking to a friend of mine. She runs an agency too. She's been so busy, which is great too. But also, they just mentioned that, it's off to a great start too. They call it wave season. That's when we come to the first of the year. People book like crazy, and it's great too because once again, people are buying and they're traveling too. Okay, and that's really fun too because it doesn't really slow down. So that's great too because I really think now after we went through COVID-19, which is so horrible going through it too. The key thing I think people learned was we're here for a certain time in life. And cocooning, having to work from home, it sort of got really kind of frustrating to a lot of people too. They realize, okay, we need to have experiences too. That's why I think today more than ever, I think people really are focusing on traveling and having those wonderful experiences of a lifetime. We need that more than ever too, rather than just buying things. That's why I think the growth of the cruise industry is really great too, but also the fact that people are really ready to really experience different things too, and it's really great because once again, with wave season, it's just really great because it's just people booking like crazy, which is great too. And as far as some different statistics I ran across too is they just mentioned they reached out to different travel advisors themselves too, did some research, but they mentioned that they're seeing a lot of strong demand for cruises in Europe, and Europe is actually is outperforming the Caribbean. It won through cruise agency too, and like I said, there's a longer booking curve too. Once again, though, too, it's really great because once again, there's a lot of growth as far as premium and luxury cruises too. Okay, and what's great too is there are a lot of kind of great wave promotions too going on right now too, even for booking next year or two too, which is great too. So once again, what other cruise advisors are sharing too, one is cruise planners. They just mentioned that they're really seeing, well, as far as luxury and longer cruises, and they really have a long booking curve too, which is great too. So once again, we're really seeing a lot of growth as far as booking further out, but also luxury cruises and also longer cruises too. Okay. As far as new ships coming out too, which is really fun too. Of course, I mentioned one, of course, with Norwegian Cruise Line, but we've got new ships, of course, coming out pretty soon too, which is great. It always excites me. As mentioned, the Disney Adventure is supposed to be coming out this March, okay? And she's going to, actually, as mentioned, offering year-round sailings from Singapore, okay? And it's going to be really catering more to their local market. Also mentioned Explorer Journeys. Explorer 3 is coming out, of course, later on in July this year. Explorer 3, that's their third ship, too, which is great, too. Another one, of course, I mentioned before, is MSC Cruises. Their World Asia is coming out in December this year. It's their third world-class vessel. Their MSC World Europa and also MSC World America. And I'll tell you what, the World America, I was on a Crescent cruise. It was gorgeous, amazing. To be back on one of the ships again, too. And what's fun, too, about with the World Asia is she's going to actually deploy first in the Mediterranean, okay? And it's going to have their MSCI Club, which is their ship within a ship complex. It is gorgeous. I've stayed in there myself, too. It's so beautiful. It's beautiful. I mean, it's amazing. It's just beautiful. It's their own private ship within the ship area. You've got your own private balcony staterooms, your own private butler service, your own private pool area, too, which is great, too. Private restaurant, lounges. It's great. Plus, you have access to the rest of the ship, too. And it's really great, too. Also, with Norwegian Cruise Line, they're doubling up in their Prima Plus class ships too. Of course, with their Norwegian Luma coming out this April, She'll be about 10% bigger version of their preceding Norwegian Prima and Norwegian Viva. And she's going to have, oh, this is fun, their line's exclusive Aqua slide coaster. It's a hybrid water slide and roller coaster. And then new to the Haven, which is their ship within a ship concept too. It's going to have 3-bedroom duplex Haven suites. Also, additionally, aboard this ship, they're going to actually have Rocket Man, a celebration of Elton John. It's going to be one of the 2 ship-specific headline shows too. And of course, we've got Regent Seven Seas. Their Seven Seas Prestige is going to be coming out in December this year. Okay. And it's their first new ship in 10 years, so that's really exciting. When you think about having a new ship after 10 years, that's exciting too, because once again, usually we see Cruise Line coming out with a new ship like every year, every other year, but this is kind of fun too, because with Regent Seven Seas, they're luxury too. And she's going to accommodate 850 guests. She'll also really have one of the highest passenger to space ratios in the industry too. It's going to have 7 specialty restaurants, 11 dining experiences too, including their new Azure for mixed Mediterranean flavors too. She's going to have new suite categories and also dual level loft varieties too. So once again, that's good too. Of course, we've got, of course, I talked about before, Royal Caribbean's Legend Seas, which is coming out this July with a new chief dog officer. Yes. How cute. She's a puppy. I've seen pictures. She's so adorable. I actually get access to some photographs of their new chief dog officer. I will share them right now. I haven't seen anything I can really share. It's really cute. Amazing. Just amazing. So exciting. So once again, as mentioned on board this ship, they're going to have the first Royal Railroad dinner show experience, which features a simulated train journey through the Silk routes. Also, Supper Club's Revert coming back too, and also they've got the ship's main off-Broadway production show is going to be Charlie and the Chocolate Factory too. So once again, that's great too. It's mentioned Viking Cruise Lines. They're launching new ships, including 2 more seagoing ships. The Viking Mira, which will be launching this spring. Also, the Viking Libra is going to be in the fall. And the Mira's main scene is going to be Mediterranean and Northern Europe. And the Libra is going to be being the world's first hydrogen-powered cruise ship. And last, like the Viking Vesta and the Viking Vela, the new ships are going to be slightly larger. Okay, but 998 guests on board rather than their 930 guests on the other ships too. Also, we've got American Cruise Lines, as mentioned. They're doing some big celebrations, of course, too, with this is America, our 250th anniversary. What they're doing too is with expedition ships too. We've got with American Cruise Lines, they've got their Patriot class ships too. Okay, and those include the American Maverick and American Ranger, sorry. And those will be in June and also September. And both will take out a maximum of just 130 guests. Okay, so the New England region, and also as far south as Florida Gulf Coast, thanks to the ship's deeper drafts too. Also, amenities will include all balcony accommodations, multiple dining venues, and lounges too. And as mentioned, with Emerald Cruises and Tours, they've got their fleet of riverboats will encompass mega yachts, which is great. The launch of their Emerald Azura, also Emerald Sakai, which came out in 2022 and 2023, but also in April this year, their third yacht, the Emerald Kaya, will be taken to seas too. That's with Emerald Cruises and Tours. As mentioned, I talked about this too with Four Seasons Yachts. Their first one's going to come out this March, Four Seasons Yacht 1. And what's great too is got a famous captain. It's going to be literally driving the ship. Okay, Captain Kate McHugh. She formerly with Celebrity Cruises about 10 years, stepped down about a year and a half, 2 years ago, because what happened was her cat died. Took some time off, but they She's going to be actually the captain of the Four Seasons 1, their new ship coming out. And they're going to have 11 restaurants and bars, a dual transverse marina, expansive pool deck and more. It looks beautiful. I've seen some pictures too. So she's going to actually sailing in March this year. Also, as mentioned earlier, Orient Express is actually expanding its portfolio of trains and hotels with Orient Express sailing yachts too. Okay, and so coming out this summer, the brand's new initial Orient Express Corinthian will have its main voyage itinerary from Mediterranean and then falling in the Caribbean too. So once again, fun too. And then we've got, let's see, some other things too. Windsor Cruises. They just launched their new ship in January this year, which is great, Starseeker. And it's their new build. What they did was they have configured their Star Explorer, which will start sailing in December 2026. It was a vessel that was actually planned for another cruise line, but then once again it was transferred. So what they're doing right now is they're actually redesigning right now. It's going to be Windsor Cruises Star Explorer coming out this December. Okay. And they're going to be, let's see here, it's going to be, so they're second of the Star class ships too, so she will just have 224 guests per sailing too, which is great too. And they've added some new things as they're refurbishing right now too. It was being built for another cruise line, but then they took it over, so it's going to be their similar to their Star Seeker. It's going to be called the Star Explorer, coming out, of course, later on this December. Okay, and we've got let's see here too. Some other ships too, but it's really great too because new ships coming out too, and of course we've got a bunch of ships coming out not just this year, okay, but also in 2027, 2028, and beyond. I think I've mentioned this before, but once again, the industry is growing like crazy, which is really, really great. And it's just great to see new ships coming out all the time, which is really fun too. Sometimes they had to postpone them for a bit, but once again, they're debuting new ships, which is great too. And just kind of fit in different things too. Because once again, with Explorer Journeys, of course, Explorer 3 is coming out this summer. And they got 3 more ships coming out in the future. They've got the Explorer 4, 5, and 6. Coming out in 2027, and then another one coming out in 2028. Okay, and Carnival Cruise Line. Their Carnival Festival is going to be coming out in 2027. That's the Carnival Festival going to be coming out in March of 2027. Okay, and then we've got 2 new Norwegian Premium Class ships coming out in 2027, 2028. They haven't mentioned the names yet, a little too soon. Also, as far as more ships too, we've got, let's see, we've got, I mentioned, the MSC World Atlantic, okay, coming up 2027. She's going to be offering Eastern and Western Caribbean itineraries, okay. And then we got Oceania Cruises. Their Oceania Sonata is going to be out in August 2027. Disney's got another ship coming out, their Wish Class ship coming in 2027 too. Also with Four Seasons Up, which is actually coming out with the first ship, Four Seasons 1, with Captain Kate McHugh on board, which is great. I met her. She's wonderful. They're going to be having their second Four Seasons Yacht ship coming out in, I think, 2027 too. Okay? But she's an amazing person. Captain Kate McHugh was so excited that she decided to take this position as their captain. Really fun because I actually saw her at Sea Trade Cruise Global Conference last year, and she was really excited about joining our team. It's great too. So, but wonderful ships that they're doing too, and they're smaller luxury too. But a lot of good things coming up in the industry too, and just exciting to have the name of the new chief dive officer for the new Royal Caribbean ship coming out this summer, Legend of Seas too. And when I find a picture of her, I will definitely share it with you because she's really, really cute. Right now, she is just a baby puppy, okay? But she's really cute, and it's just really fun, too, to kind of share that, too. And her name, of course, too, as I mentioned. But new ships coming out, not just this year, next year, the year after, and the year after that, too. Because it takes a couple years to build ships, too.
Yeah. So we're going to close out this show probably with those puppies again. And there's the two puppies that we know that hopefully in the near future we'll have the other puppies as well.
Yes.
But the first one,
Yep.
this one and all along
Yep.
it was another good show as always. So we're going to close out. And I'll be the butterfly room for another show about healing with my friend and that butterfly. It's all about mental health and healing with women, but in general. So I know we can get on out of here. And,
Right.
I'll talk to you later. We've also got our first classical show. We've got a show about classical music with the Maestros. One Maestro that lives in Seattle, I think, and the other one that lives here in Durham. They'll be talking about classical music. I can't remember if the first one was about Bach or Mendelssohn. They'll be talking about different classical people on a regular basis. And they have fun with each other and like to laugh about the music and all of that.
Right.
This is like great show. Right now, let's check out the dogs and get ready to get on out.
Yes. Yes.
As we're designing the best family vacation, there was one piece that was missing, which is, of course, the family dogs. And when guests go on vacation, one of the key things that they miss are their pets back home. And when our crew are sailing on board for their contracts, one of the things they miss are their pets back at home. And so we really wanted to make sure we brought a fluffy addition to our crew family. We went and got Rover, and here we are now for Star. We're picking up Sailor, and Sailor will be living on Star of the Seas.
Well, the Chief Dog Officer was an idea that we created actually when we were developing and concepting the Ultimate Family Townhouse. We were all sitting around saying, when you think about the Ultimate Family Townhouse, what does that mean? And all these ideas came around and somebody threw out the idea of having a family dog. And we said, well, it feels a little selfish to have a family dog for just one family. Why don't we have a family dog for the family on board the ship? And so that's how the position evolved. And we thought, well, obviously it's a very important position. And of course, all important positions on ships are called chief. So we thought Chief Dog Officer is perfect.
When we first came up with the idea for Project Rover or Project Sailor, we realized we don't really know a lot about what it means to take care of a dog on a cruise ship. And so we partnered with some of the most well-respected animal well-being certifiers globally to really help us create this program from the ground up and make sure that when Rover and Sailor are on board, they're having the best day every day.
So there's a very well-written, crafted position description that, of course, the Chief Dog Officer can't read. The key mission is to have fun, and that's exactly what Rover and Sailor do. They just have fun.
So Sailor is very small. She's about 16 weeks. And so when Sailor gets on board, she's going to take everyone's breath away. Sailor's life on Star will be full of adventure. She and her Chief Dog Officer role really means that she gets to go and explore the ship, go and explore our private destinations with our crew members, really just being that warm, welcoming family for her.
Oh, I just totally fell in love with Sailor. I fell in love with Rover as well, but I also fell in love with Sailor. She's so beautiful and loving and funny, and so I just completely fell in love. When we were thinking about the idea, one of the questions was, well, what will the crew think? Will the crew like the idea or not? And so one of the team members had a golden retriever and volunteered to bring the golden retriever down to one of our ships on a turnaround day, and we fitted the dog with a GoPro camera. It was very touching because after when we watched the video, so many crew stopped and hugged the dog and talked to the dog. When we saw that, we thought, wow, this is amazing. People miss their own family dogs.
And as we've done with Rover, as we're doing with Sailor, we really want to make sure we're focused on what's best for these animals. And really right now our focus is on Sailor and making sure that she is having the best life at sea when she gets on Star of the Seas in August.